a long time to come. Don't have to worry now, your darkness days are gone. Oh, this will be our year. Took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You give me faith to go on. Now we're there, the only night is gone. Oh, this will be our year. Took a long time to come. Of your love's like the warmth from the sun. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. Don't have to worry now, your darkest days are gone. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. And I won't forget the way you held me up when I was down. And I won't forget the way you said, darling, I love you. You give me faith to go on. Now we're there, the only night is gone. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. The warmth of your love is like the warmth from the sun. Oh, this will be our year. Took a long time to come. You don't have to worry now, your darkness days are gone. Oh, this will be our year. Took a long time to come. Yeah, I'm gonna get it right. Walking all alone in the middle of the night, she said, I'm scared. Well, let's go somewhere, I got something to do. And then they're gonna cry it out there too, he said, I'm scared of the time in the darkness, on the pavement, on the ground. Oh, down a little, but she ain't gone now. Hey, we're Bill Murray and the Zedmores. This next song's called Maracaibo Waltz. Fuck you too. Ready? Whoa! Him in the eye. He's gonna play to win, gonna tell all his lies. Whoa, whoa, Maracaibo, Maracaibo, you're standing, I can't believe, and I look to yourself, I just can't believe, and I look to your skies, this just can't be true, I can't believe my eyes. Yeah, this next one's called Left Like Fools. Why? Because we're leaving the mall. You get it, Jacob? Just count us in then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never seen a blind man said he's happy to lose his sight of a bigger picture window frame and the darkness in his life. So blind glare from all the places you let go. land speed records here. Jeez. This last one's called Never Seen Before.
Why is it called that?
I wrote it about a story of a thing that I had never seen before. Car and driving to the ocean blue. Once you hit the ground, ground finds a way into you. Must have been something, must have seen something, yeah. Must have had something, yeah, I never seen before. Yeah, I never seen before. Woo! About it, that's a definition over asking. Must have had something, must have been something, yeah. Must have seen something, yeah, I never seen before. Yeah, I never seen before. Must have had something, yeah. Must have seen something, yeah. I never seen before. Yeah, I never seen before. Yeah, I never seen before. Woo!
Almost had you. Almost had you.
That was quick. Should we try one more or no?
Go for it.
Yeah?
One more.
Do just if you only knew, it's so fucking easy. C, F, walk down A minor. Chorus sort of thing is on F. On G. This is like a slow jam. You can do some sort of soloing in the middle of the two verses. Yeah.
Should probably explain we're learning these songs as we record.
First time ever playing this song. Together. Not that that means anything.
How do you want me to start?
Well, I'll come in. Or do you want to just bring us all in and see?
That's a lot of pressure.
Let's just all come in together. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only knew what you meant to me. If I was by, you see for me. Oh, please don't wait tonight. I can't bear to look in those eyes. My love. side. I think I hang around here. I think I made myself clear. Where you going out tonight? And I done you wrong, let's make it right. If you only knew what you meant to me. If I was by, you see for me. Are you out tonight? I can't take a look in your eyes. I think I hang around here. I think I made myself clear. Where you going out tonight? And I done you wrong, let's make it right. Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Hate you, Bill.
Hi, welcome to Live from the Living Room. I'm your host, Logan Olivier, and we're here with a special episode with Bill Murray and the Zedmores. Hi, guys.
Special. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show. Please introduce yourselves first. We'll start with that.
I'm Bill Murray.
I'm Anthony. I don't have a cool last name like Bill.
I'm Jacob Goodman.
I'm John Armstrong.
Right on. Well, thanks for being on the show, guys. So first off, I always ask everyone, how'd you come up with the name Bill Murray and the Zedmores? I'm guessing something.
Well, Bill Murray was a trick to come up with that one. I've been playing in a couple bands and actually never really could fall on a name. And we were playing this show up at Tomorrow for the Hunger. And Anthony and I were like, well, we better come up with a name. It's not really a cool backstory, but Zedmore is one of the characters from Ghostbusters, so it's kind of a riff on that.
Right. Yeah. The coolest of the.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Aside from Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd and
Well, yeah.
yeah.
And Beckman and he's Bill Murray. Yeah. They're right. Okay. Anyways, back on track here. So we've known each other for many years, which is why I'm lucky enough to have you on the show. But you guys played for the first time together for the show.
Yeah, I mean, I met Jacob about 10 minutes before we started playing together. And John, I've known John for, I don't know, 20 odd years or something like that. He actually taught me how to play bass guitar. So it was
funny
really
story.
cool.
I taught him how to play bass guitar. And then
Bill taught me how to play bass guitar,
There you go.
but I'm playing drums tonight. So things are a little mixed up, but we're trying to make it work.
Well, you sounded great.
Thanks.
Yeah, it really, I don't think most people would be like, oh, these guys have played together for the first time right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've done it before, like with pickup musicians. We have sort of rotating lead guitar player. And actually, it was my brother who set me up with Jacob. And I was just really looking forward to playing with John. I've played like some shows in Thunder Bay with him before. So, yeah, that's been lots of fun.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, what do you like when you're writing songs? You're the main songwriter for the band. What kind of influences or I guess inspirations are behind your songs?
I really just write from the chord progressions first, and then I come up with some melodies. Actually, Anthony's been involved with some songwriting where I'll just come up with some ideas and start playing it through. I don't really study how to write songs per se. Like I know everybody's songwriting process is a little bit different, but I try to just go on like what kind of feeling I want to portray in the song, and really just try to capture that in the music itself and then in the lyrics. So
Right.
there's no secret formula or anything.
My involvement is I say I hate it until it sounds good.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
It's very scientific. Yeah.
Yes. It's a rigorous process.
And so you
I'm
guys
hating
were given the
everything.
music beforehand to practice up and kind of figure out what you're doing. So, as accomplished musicians yourselves, what do you think of Bill's writing?
It's the first time it's ever happened in my
Yeah,
life.
I'm sure. He's a twin. Yeah.
It's very fun. It's very fun. Like it was nice and easy to pick up compared to the stuff I do around town.
Yeah, it's not super intricate songwriting. It's pretty easy. I try to write things that are catchy and pretty straightforward. Yeah.
I still have some interesting takes on progressions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
So, in your professional life outside of music, you are a music therapist.
Yeah, I'm a working music therapist as well. Yeah.
So tell me a bit about that, because most people probably have no idea what that means.
Well, I went to school way back when, before Jacob was born, and so the idea of music therapy is that you are using music to achieve non-musical goals. So a lot of people think that you're going in, you're learning how to play guitar or learning how to play drums. Really, you're taking a non-musical goal and you're just using music as a medium to achieve some sort of outcome. So an easy way to describe it would be like a speech therapist. They would refer to a music therapist. They would say, client X is having a hard time with some sort of issue, and then it's your job to put some sort of musical treatment plan together to achieve that outcome with music. So it's a pretty amazing job for sure.
Yeah, I know we've discussed it in the past, but you've done some work with like autistic children who almost can't communicate at all, and now, like, walk me through that and I guess the results and what that's like to see.
I mean, when you go to school, they really just teach you the fundamental, like sort of the psychology of music. So you could use music as a reinforcer. You could use music to set up something to happen, so that really you can start to motivate your clients to kind of get the desired outcome you want. So it's like, I would say, everybody knows like things in music, we use lots of cadences or things like that, or you can build tension and put a release to it. So you can do that in a session and sort of build some sort of something to happen. And usually a lot of times clients will know instinctively that some sort of demand is being placed on them, for lack of a better word. And then, and once that happens, music is a really good reinforcer for that behavior as well. So,
Oh. So how long have you been doing that?
Since 2002.
Jacob, how old are you?
I think I was 2.
Yeah.
So that's quite a long time you've been doing that. Now you have your own business doing that.
Yeah.
And down in Southern Ontario, you have people working for you and everything. So it's becoming a very popular, I guess, treatment.
Yeah, I think when I started, it was pretty lesser known, and it's becoming a lot more acceptable. And actually, the music therapy college they amalgamated with the College of Psychotherapists, so that's gained a little bit of credibility that way. And then you just see music therapists more in long-term care facilities, hospitals, things like that. So I think it's getting a little bit more notoriety and publicity, and music has always been accepted as a way to help people. I think there's stories about it in the Bible and things like that. But I think as you get more and more music therapists get PhDs and pump out good research, it just sort of grows the field. So yeah, now I have interns that want to come do their internship with me. So I'm kind of in the back end where everybody wants to sort of see how I'm doing it. And because there's lots of different ways that you can practice music therapy, just like lots of different ways you can play music and practice music. So that's been pretty cool to get to a point where people actually want to hear what I have to say about it.
So do you treat your interns kind of like Cosmo Kramer does?
I don't know. I don't know that reference, but probably, yeah.
Seinfeld?
I know Seinfeld,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I can't think of how
There
he
was like a
treated
full episode where he had an intern. And
really?
yeah, he called himself Kramer Corp or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, give me coffee, set up schedules, and for nothing. Like there's obviously nothing for this guy to do, but
No, usually my interns end up being my employees, so I try to treat them pretty well.
Anthony, what do you do for a living outside of being?
It's not as cool as that.
Kick-ass drummer.
I work for a developer, constructor, owner operator. So basically a project manager for buildings in Southern Ontario, Toronto.
Well, it's pretty.
It's cool. We build stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess we wouldn't be here now if there wasn't a building. So if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't be in a room, I guess.
We'd all be
There
stuck
you go.
outside
Thanks
in the
a
cold.
lot for that.
Yeah.
Jacob.
I'm a full-time musician here in town, so I like fill in for different bands, and I still have my main projects around town. I'm also a cook at Red Lion, and that's basically what I do with my time.
Right on. How many bands are you in right now? Including Bill Murray and the Zedmores.
Maybe 8 and above.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bill Murray being the priority
Oh, yeah. Right now.
as of an hour ago.
Yes.
And Jonathan?
I play music quite a bit. I pick up things like this once in a while, and then I got a few like projects on the go, and I'm an educator. I teach high school music.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, pretty good.
Cool.
So kind of
So what's
Training
the
in
big
music.
goal, I guess, for the band? Where do you want to see the Zedmores in 5 years?
Well, we just got going. Like, we've been together playing for probably less than a year. So we're writing some songs. So I definitely want to get in the studio, write an album, just see where it goes from there. Yeah.
Right on.
I was gonna say, Bill, I was flipping through the Long McQuaid catalog like
Yeah.
last year sometime, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden I turn a page and it's you.
I'm in the Long McQuaid
Yeah, totally,
catalog?
man.
What? For what?
It's the one your work. It was for your work.
Oh, really?
It was like an article about you and you're training like people that
No way.
and then you're like doing shows and recording and stuff.
Superfire.
Oh,
Superfire,
probably
Superfire,
Superfire.
that's what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a side project.
I thought it was your work. No, it's
No, well, that's kind of just a
connects,
side thing. So it's a special needs rock band. So it's a bunch of young adults that get together. They've recorded 2 albums. And yeah, they're like a kick-ass rock band. The lead singer has Down syndrome. The guitar player has like the movie 50 First Dates. Like,
Yeah.
same thing, acquired brain injury. Can't remember much on his day to day, but he can remember like 2 sets worth of music. And then the drummer has what's called Williams syndrome, and that is sort of characterized by being highly social and highly musical. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sweet to have in equality in your drummer. But yeah, they've been together for 10 years. It started as kind of like a shtick. That wasn't the intent behind it, but it started as a music therapy pilot group. And then it was a 10-week program, and it just snowballed into, they just kept wanting to keep doing it. And then they played a concert at this Children's Treatment Center. So it was, at the time I was working at a place like George Jeffrey Center. So
Okay.
there's sort of a sister center down in Southern Ontario. And they started putting on shows. And that's actually how I met Anthony, was through this band. So thanks for that segue, John.
I just remembered it there.
So they were doing like a fundraiser concert just to raise funds for the music therapy program. And then Anthony and his brother contacted this agency. They wanted to do a fundraiser for one of their cousins had a special need and was a client there, and we met and we put on 3 years, 4 years. 4 years of a fundraising festival called Loki Fest.
Yeah.
Got some pretty big ass bands to play. It was tons of fun, and
It was awesome.
then we just started playing music together through that. Yeah.
Right on. So speaking of big bands and concerts and stuff like that, what's your favorite concert that you've been to, or show, or whatever?
Probably the Honest Heart Collective when I get to see them, because they were nice enough to let us use this awesome space. So
Yeah.
they, I think, came down to the Horseshoe Tavern. I had something going on that night, so I love that venue. It's a great venue. So
I
it would've been
almost
great
made
to
it
see them.
downtown for that as well.
Yeah.
But then last minute, my work schedule
Oh wait,
changed.
were you in town? Was that when you were in town? Okay.
No, it kind of fell through, but I was supposed to be and then wasn't.
But I mean, aside from that, the best concert that I've been to, I don't know. That's a tough one. I've been to tons.
Remember White Zombie?
Yes, I do.
was a
You
good
got
concert.
kicked out of that, didn't you?
We got back in.
You got back in. There you go.
I ended up outside somehow, and then all of a sudden,
It was and then I think the Ramones, wasn't it?
yeah,
Or-
it was the
Wow.
Ramones' last tour.
Yeah, Ramones last
Wow.
tour. I remember seeing Body Count at like a Warp tour with like before when Eminem was like a nobody. Everybody's like, "Who the fuck is this Slim Shady guy?" And Body Count played like with Ice-T. I don't know. I'm not really into them, but that was just such a memorable show to see Ice-T up on stage, rocking some
Like
metal.
a punk band or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah. That's funny.
I think one of the more memorable shows too in Toronto, I saw Pennywise. That was the first show that I saw, like in town. That was a lot of fun. NoFX is also always a lot of
there.
fun to see live too.
You're recently in New York.
Oh yeah, I saw the Abbott Brothers there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anthony?
Similar to Bill, like
yeah, it's hard. It's a hard
a
question.
lot of good shows. I'd say up there for me is Rancid, for sure. The early days of Billy Talent, rep in Canada. It's like really early, back in high school.
Like the warehouse or something.
Yeah.
Cool House.
And then it kind of went full circle. Me and my friend saw Billy Talent like 2002, close to 2003. And then that's when we picked up a drum kit and guitars and we tried to like play Billy Talent songs, play them terribly. And then we played in my parents' basement, and then we put a little punk band together, based it off like Buzzcocks, Billy Talent, The Clash, a little bit of Rancid, some Guns N' Roses in there. I saw Guns N' Roses when they came back. That was pretty memorable too,
Wow.
in Toronto. It wasn't quite the same, but at least some videos that I've seen. But it was
You guys
pretty
in
cool.
Southern Ontario have so much more opportunities for bands.
there's
Like,
so much good
what
stuff.
have you seen in Thunder Bay?
Yeah.
Tragically hip ones.
Oh yeah.
Jacob, your best show that you've seen?
Maybe my first concert I seen. I was in grade 6, and it was the Foo Fighters,
Nice.
Wow.
and
Yeah.
that's what.
In town?
No, they played at St. Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was seeing Dave Grohl just rock it out. That's what made me want to play guitar. I was like, I want to do
nice.
that one day. It was tight.
That's awesome.
And like probably the other few would be like City in Color, or I seen Roger Waters 2 years ago at Winnipeg. And that was probably one of my favorites too.
Yeah, cool. Jonathan?
Well, that White Zombie concert was still.
Yeah, that's
but,
pretty memorable.
I was thinking
Watching
Buddy Guy. I've
Jonathan.
seen Buddy Guy like twice now, and he just puts on like amazing shows. Like he plays a little bit like heavier when he's live, and he's a little bit just. I don't know. It's really good.
Cool.
Saw him here at the Waterfront one year, and then
Oh, wow.
he often goes like off goes wireless and walks around and stuff.
Oh, that's
Just like a really good vibe.
right on. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you with one last question. And maybe this is more geared towards you, Bill, but who do you think would be a better music therapist? Gwar in costume,
Okay.
or Guns N' Roses?
In costume.
In costume, I guess.
I don't know. Actually, I was at a music therapy conference, and they were talking about how there was a lack of music therapists that use metal and like hardcore rap and punk rock at the time. I've never really shied away from that. So I was just like, well, at least I'm out there doing my thing. So I would probably have to say Guar. I can't imagine them being very welcoming. I think that's a really strange question to see any of them being music therapists, but I think there's some room to like go in some crazy ass weird hospital or something, and actually no, that might make like some nightmares or something. I don't know.
And even like the experience of like moshing is pretty therapeutic, I would think.
Oh, for sure.
I've had like, especially when you like get up on top and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like and then after the show's done, you're like, it's quite I feel pretty happy. I don't know.
There you go.
Communal.
Unless you're putting on a festival and you see a kid with like a cut
Oh, yeah,
chin,
that
you're
was
like,
pretty
oh
bad.
man,
We had close to an
we got
insurance.
insurance, right?
That was with when the Flatliners
Yeah,
played,
they started tearing the roof off the
which
place.
was awesome.
Oh,
Good band too. Awesome
Yeah.
band.
For sure.
Well, awesome. Thanks so much for being on the show, guys. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks for having us.
This
Yeah.
was quite the ordeal to get it going, but it's been a lot of fun. I want to do special thanks to our sponsor, Impact Promotions. We got some T-shirts for you guys.
sweet. Oh, thank you so
very
much.
much.
nice.
And also want to give another special thanks to Ryan McDonald of Honest Heart Collective
Thank you,
for
Ryan.
setting us up tonight. We're in their jam space. These guys came through big for us, so
Big time.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks everyone for watching. Live from the living room.
Woo!
That was awesome.
And that's a wrap.